Number one, some people change tires. They got winter tires and summer tires. We don't generally do that around here on the East Coast. But we make sure we have good tires regardless. I would come out, I would check your tread on here. I would check your tread. These tires are fairly new. They maybe have 10,000 miles on them and they have plenty of tread on them. If you're not sure what you're looking at with your tire, I would suggest maybe going somewhere and be ready to be pitched that, they're trying to get you to buy tires. So tell them, you're getting a second, third, fourth opinion on that. Just want to see if you got enough tread to make it through the winter. Just to be safe, there are wet wear bars in between the treads. You're supposed to replace them when it's flat with the wear bar. Some people go a little bit beyond. This time of year, I definitely wouldn't suggest it, but tires would be the absolute first thing. Something else, you want to make sure your vehicle has a spare tire. I can't tell you how many used cars I've looked at and not purchased because they didn't have a spare tire. Believe it or not, people won't tell you that, and you won't know it until you need it. Make sure you got a spare tire and make sure it's got good tread too. It sucks once in a while, but you need to replace it with some other tires when you swap them all out. It's a good thing to do. I would go to a local auto parts store and I would ask them to diagnose your battery, whether you've had a problem with it or not had a problem with it. They can hook their little gizmo up and tell you your battery's good or bad. If they do say it's bad or on its way out, I'd really think about replacing it, because the coldest of days is when you'll have your biggest problem with it. You're going to want to check your battery terminals or have someone at an auto store do that for you. As you can see, ours are a little dirty. They need a good cleaning for sure. We bought this battery last year. It's a better brand, a better grade of battery. Don't always buy the cheapest. It doesn't always necessarily pay off. Your coolant level, as you can see the color of the fluid inside of here. You're going to want to make sure that's topped off at least to the max minimum levels, because what can happen is you can get air into your coolant system and it gets stuck in your heater core and you don't have any heat because of it. So you're going to want to make sure that that's topped off so you get good heat out of your vehicle. If you do all these things, I would also recommend that you don't let your vehicle go less than a quarter tank. When you get down to a quarter, get and fill it up, because you can get moisture in your tank and that can also cause you problems down the line as well. So I'm not sure about you, I've got really light blue eyes and I can be very well affected by the sun. So your windshield, inside and outside, make sure you keep it clean and keep it clean all the time. I would definitely test your wipers out. If you have any question at all about your wipers, just replace them. And definitely change out your windshield washer fluid to the type that won't freeze. I use that year round, so it's always in our vehicles. It's always a good idea to do that. This right here, this is why you need to keep fresh wiper blades and your windshield clean. See that right there? Can't see much of anything out of here. This is a typical morning in the winter time right here. I would always make sure as well, since the way the sun is now and super bright, specifically in the mornings, keep an extra pair of sunglasses around. Definitely keep those around. And it's always good to have these things handy as well, packed in your vehicle. This is a little jump box. It eliminates the need for a second vehicle should your car battery die and it won't start up. These are actually probably about the same price as good branded jumper cables anyway. And it's in a nice little bag. It comes with that in a package. Bring some blankets along with you. I'll generally pack something like this big parka in our trunk or whatever we're driving around in if it's extra cold out. Good thick winter gloves. I would recommend a stand-alone charge this. Make sure it's always charged. Maybe keep it with your keys. That way you bring it in every night. But you could charge your cell phone with this. I don't have one with me, but obviously a flashlight. It would be a good idea to have like a fold-up shovel. And should you be in like a slippery situation where you're spinning, just can't get any traction, but you're not really stuck, you could bring some cat litter. Or as a secondary to the cat litter, if you have those floor mats, you can stick that out, kind of wedge it under your tire a little bit and slowly take off, and then stop a couple feet later and grab your floor mat. Obviously, an ice scraper. I would also recommend, if you're at Walmart or if you're shopping at one of the big package stores, get some of those hot hand things. Get a couple 6-pack of those. You shake them up. Once you get them out of the packet, they start to warm up on their own, some kind of chemical reaction. If you need some kind of heat on your hands, they'd come in handy real quick, that's for sure. These are my quick tips on how to stay warm and prepare your vehicle for winter time driving.